fact you're playing Michigan this weekend make it easier to get the guys motivated after a tough weekend in Penn State?
I mean, obviously the rivalry speaks for itself. I don't. You learn that the first day you step on campus here, no matter what sport. So, certainly there's a little extra juice, and the guys have worked hard and have had a good week, and we got a good opportunity against one of the best teams in the country.
Special teams, you've always talked about it. Last weekend, the penalty kill let you down again. What can you do at this point to get that going?
You got to just keep working at it, right? I mean, if your putting's off, you don't stop putting. We're going to work at it, and we're going to continue to, try to get better in some areas. And, the hard part is we did a pretty good job, 90% of the kill, and then there's a breakdown, and it's in your net. So, just like anything, you got to keep working at things. You got to keep pushing the envelope, and that's what we're trying to do.
Is there a specific part of your penalty kill that maybe causes those breakdowns that you see right now?
There's all kinds of different things that affect that. So at the end of the day, they have 5, we have 4, and it takes 2 minutes to kill a penalty, and that's what we got to do. And sometimes it's a kill, sometimes it's something else, but the special teams usually tells a story.
And is there a specific focus for your team this week coming against a really hot team right now in Michigan?
I mean, we're just trying to get better. I mean, that's our focus. Our focus is, we got to continue to work hard to get better, and we got to have that attitude no matter who we play. And obviously in this league, you're playing the best league in the country against the best teams in the country. There's no weekends off. There's no games off.
How much can you take from that first series against Michigan, or how much is it kind of just this team right now and facing this team?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly seems a long time ago already. Yeah. I think beginning of the year. So they're different. We're different. You take a few things from that, but certainly watching video, you just got to really concentrate on doing the things that we do well and work on some of the things we need to, and obviously be aware of the team we're playing.
And I know that I don't know how often or how much you guys scout individually with Michigan, but a guy like Gavin, who's been against you guys, had success against you guys in the past. How do you kind of game plan against a guy like him?
Yeah, to be honest, obviously he's one of the best players in the country. We all know that, and he's a difference maker. And but we just can't concentrate on one guy alone. I mean, the other 4 guys on the ice are the ones that'll hurt you then. Sure. So we got to obviously be aware of him. We got to be aware of a lot of guys. And this is a team sport, and our 5 guys got to be aware and be disciplined in our system, and that's what we got to try to do.
You talked about the penalty kill, but your power play has been clicking the last 9 games or so. What's been the difference in that regard?
Again, at the end of the day, we've, just like the other side, we've gotten some breaks. We've some pucks have found the back of the net, and you start to get a little swagger and a little confidence. Confidence is a huge thing when you talk a lot of great athletes. Confidence takes you to the next level, and that's what we got to get, and that's what we had on the power play, and that's what we got to get with some of the other things, and you start to get a little swagger when you get confidence.
In the past years, at this point of the season, you're looking at pairwise, you're looking at home ice advantage. Yep. You really not have those 2 things going in your favor at this point. What's the motivation for the rest of the season?
The motivation is the end of the year, and since I've been here, I've never even talked about pairwise or anything, no matter what position we're in. And that's the same as we are now. My whole focus is trying to have this team be the best team that we can be, our best version at the end of the year, and that's what we're pushing to do. And we got an opportunity, obviously, against a great team this weekend, starting Friday.
Looking back at that Penn State series, is there anyone on your team specifically that stood out to you?
No, again, I look back on Saturday's game, and I think we had a lot of guys empty the tank and right down to the end. I mean, you got your leading scorer with a puck 4 inches from the net, open net, and it doesn't go in. It's kind of the way it goes right now. But if you continue to knock on the door, eventually it's going to open.
And when you come back from 3 goals like you guys did, does that, despite not getting the win, give you guys a little bit of confidence of in this weekend, if you guys are down by a few, that you can come back?
Well, I think that's our mentality. You got to be relentless start to finish, no matter what the score is. And, last Saturday showed that, hey, we can battle back, we can score, but, now we got to take the next step, and we got to get the 4th goal, not just be happy to get to 3.
Playing Michigan this weekend?
I think it's it's our biggest rival, so, it's going to be a huge weekend for us. But I think we're just focused on getting 2 wins and sticking to our game plan.
And after last weekend, where was the confidence level of this team?
We're confident. We unfortunately lost 2 games, but we know what we are and we know what we stand for, and we just dialed back in and had a great week of practice so far, and we're going to continue into the weekend.
How much can you take from, I guess, those first 2 games against Michigan? I mean, you guys are a completely different team. They're a completely different team. Like, how much can you take from video, I guess, in preparation for this?
Obviously teams don't tend to change their style that much over, a year. But I think for us, just what we've kind of built over these last, couple months it's been since Michigan, we're just going to bring it to them, play our style of game, and hopefully get 2 wins out of this weekend.
And how much, I guess, returning home after kind of a rough stretch of road games, I mean, how good does it feel to come home and face your rival in front of what should be a pretty raucous crowd? Yeah,
it's definitely huge having the home team advantage there. We got a good student crowd and everything like that, so it definitely brings a lot of momentum, and it's nice, staying at home an extra night. You got an extra night of no travel, so that definitely helps.
What's the intensity like in practice going into a weekend series like Michigan?
Really intense. Yeah, this week it's been really hard practices. Really intense, a lot of battles, a lot of hard practices, just preparing for the weekend.
Are the hard practices, is it from a cause of kind of the losing streak that you guys are on?
I don't think it's really that. I think it's more of just our identity, playing hard, finishing checks, and sort of that.
When you guys come back from a 3-goal deficit like you did against Penn State, how is the confidence, even though it's a loss, how is it there?
It's definitely there. We're confident. We know what we have in our locker room, so we just got to stick to that and stick to our game plan, and we'll be good.
And when you play a team like Michigan that have maybe some stars that stand out on their roster, do you try and focus on them, or maybe just over the team you don't want to get too caught up on one side or the other?
No, I think we're more just focused on ourselves and our own game here. We know who we have. They're definitely a skilled team, definitely similar to Penn State in that matter, but we just got to stick to our game plan here and stick to our identity, and we'll be good.
Scoring a goal, what's that like?
It's definitely a good feeling, obviously scoring a goal, but unfortunately we lost on the weekend, so it doesn't really matter, but it definitely feels good.
You get to keep the puck? You have a puck?
Yeah, I did.
Where is it now?
It's on my bedside table. Yeah.
Are you giving it to anybody, or is that
I'll probably give it to my mom or dad, and yeah.
the battles with Michigan over the years? What's that series like for you and the team?
Yeah, they're always special, something that we're looking forward to, and I think you can see, in practice the energy's up and guys are excited. This is a huge series for us, and hopefully we can get back on the right track.
Does it help that you're playing a team like Michigan this weekend, coming off the series at Penn State? To get your focus back again and motivation?
Yeah, it definitely doesn't hurt. I think, every game's important, and we know that, and I think we're just coming into it desperate, and hopefully, that's going to show on the ice this weekend.
Back on home ice for the first time in 3 weeks. How is that going to be for the energy in the room?
Yeah, guys are excited. The crowds have been good, and I think we're comfortable and happy here at home. So get the crowd behind us, get some energy, and we'll come out hot hopefully this weekend.
How much do you look at, I guess, old Michigan, or at least the last time that you guys faced them in Ann Arbor? How much do you guys look at that film, or compared to, like, you guys know how they play, you know how you play? I mean, does the old film matter at this point?
I think we're a different team than we were at the beginning of the season for sure. But it definitely it helps watching film. We'll be prepared for the game, and the guys are just, like I said, they're ready to go.
It seems like Michigan's kind of built always young, always talented.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with such a rotating cast of characters, how do you guys having faced Michigan before, do you expect a different looking team, or is this team different than before, or others that you've seen? Or?
Yeah, I think honestly it's more, we're more focused on us and how we play, and I think that's the most important thing, not so much who they have. We know they have great players, but so do we. And I think if we come out and we play our game, we'll be good.
What would be the keys to beating them this weekend?
I think just kind of getting back to the basics, the cliches, kind of just sticking to, what works and following the game plan the coaches lay out for us, getting pucks behind them, and going to work, and just playing our hardest.
Could be maybe your last kicked them in your career possibly. Just what are some of your memories of playing against them?
Yeah, obviously the outdoor game is huge. I think it's something that, my family's kind of a torn apart household with me being from Michigan, but obviously they support me, so it's always a fun series, and they'll be down here for that, so it just makes the experience that much better for me.
I mean, your family supporting you. Mm-hmm. Wow, what a surprise, right?
Yeah, no, I'm lucky for sure.
And in a game like this, when the rivalry's high, you expect a physical game, but how important is it to play physical, but also make sure that you guys are staying disciplined out there?
Yeah, I think there's a fine line, and we got to find a way to walk that, the fine line, and be physical, but also stay out of the box, because that's obviously hurt us in the past. But I think we're hoping to figure that out this weekend. So.
Does losing that previous series to Michigan affect your guys' motivation coming to this one?
You know, I think, like I said, every game's just important, but we're going to be desperate. We're going to be ready to go.